Hey everybody, sorry about that. Internet is being a little fishy. Welcome to Foam Roll and Recover. My name's Emily. I'm the fitness program manager over at our Fort Collins, Colorado site. Thanks for joining. Let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to start with our glutes. So we're going to go ahead and sit on the foam roller. Remember, we want to break this up left and right so that we never cross over that spine. All right. So what we're going to do from there is we're going to cross that leg onto your opposite leg. So whatever glute you want to target, for me, I'm going to target my right one here first. So I'm going to cross that knee and I'm going to lean towards that glute here. And then you can notice here, I have my arm behind my back, acting as a little bit of a guide and helping me roll my glute left and right, up and down, all of that good stuff. So go ahead and do that. Now remember, whenever we roll onto anything, want to make sure that if you find any tender spots, a tender spot meaning something that's just a little bit more painful than the rest of the area, we want to go ahead and hold that pressure, breathe through it until you feel like the pain has dissipated, and then you can continue to roll after that. Hope everybody had a great long weekend. Welcome back. I know the time off was much needed probably for a lot of us, so I hope you guys got some R&R. I know a lot of us are in areas that had freezing temps, below freezing temps. So I hope everybody is staying warm and safe. Remember to get the whole glute here too. So we want to make sure you're getting the big meaty part of the glute. And then we also kind of want to make sure we're getting that lower part. So right where that hamstring and that glute meets, want to make sure we're getting that area too. So go ahead and make sure you're rolling on that area. Make sure to breathe through those tender spots when you find them. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides here. So go ahead and, again, placing that opposite leg, or that leg that you're going to work, that glute, on top of that opposite leg, and then from here rolling. Nice and easy here. I know I definitely need this. I was skiing for 3 days straight, which was a lot of fun, but very taxing on your body. So definitely need this right now. It feels very good. All right, we're going to transition into our high hips. So whatever side you're on, you can stay on that side. So what we want to do, we want to be kind of in that belt loop region, or just above your back pockets if you were to have jeans on. So just a little bit higher than that glute. But same thing, we want to go ahead and kind of cross that leg. If it's more comfortable for you to not cross that leg, that's totally fine too. But same thing, you're going to have your arm behind you. You can even get down a little bit lower, almost into on like a side plank position, and then just be sure to make sure you're getting that high hip region, and we're kind of staying away from that glute since we already hit that. We don't need to continue on with that. Remember, when you find those tender spots, to hold that pressure, really breathe through it until you feel like the pain is dissipated, and then you can continue to roll after that. Very important just to breathe through that. I know sometimes it can be so uncomfortable that just takes your breath away. Sometimes you might hold your breath during it, so just make sure to breathe. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides here. So same thing, we're gonna go on that high hip region. Most of the time, there's a couple different ways you can do the foam rolling or the lacrosse ball release. And it's really just about figuring out what works best for you and your body. So one position might work great for me, but it might not work great for you. And that's totally okay. All right, let's go ahead and transition into our low back. And so what I want to do, you're going to place the foam roller just on your low back region, as you can see here behind me. And from there, what we're going to do is you're going to get onto the foam roller. You're going to lift those hips up off the ground. Now, key thing is keeping your core engaged here. So we never want to lean back on the foam roller where you're letting your head and your neck kind of go back and extend away from you. Want to make sure everything is nice and tight and you're keeping those shoulders up and that chest lifted. So go ahead and do that. If it's easier to kind of have your head or your hands behind your head as a little bit of a guide, that always works well too. And then, like I said, from there, you're just going to lift the hips up off the ground and you're going to roll from here. If you need to take a break at any time, that's totally fine. You might have to readjust your body on the foam roller. Want to make sure we're doing these correctly. So go ahead and take some time to readjust yourself if you need to here. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the lats. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay on the side here. So our lats, we're going to go from underneath our armpit all the way kind of down to that low back region that we were at. So what I like to do is I like to lay on it, and then I'm kind of in a side plank position, and I'm kind of rolling myself using my legs here to guide me up and down. As always, you find any tender spots, make sure to hold that pressure, really breathe through it. Just let your body sink into that foam roller. Ooh, this feels so good. All right, let's go ahead and switch. Ooh, got some tender spots here. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to move on to the quads. So the quads, they're a big muscle here, so I want to make sure you're getting the entire surface area. So we're going from just the top of that knee all the way to just below that hip, all right? So make sure you're getting that whole entire area. Don't want to miss anything. So what I like to do is I like to start with the foam roller just below my knees. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of roll onto it and then I'll be on my forearms. And then from there, I'm just rolling up and down nice and easy. We're going to go for about a minute with our toes. As you can see, my toes are just pointed down. I want to make sure that our toes are pointed down here for that first minute. Again, same thing applies here when you find those tender spots to really breathe through it. Hold that pressure, let your body sink into that foam roller. All right, next what we're going to do, you're going to take those toes and you're going to point them out. So go ahead, take your right foot, point that toe out. Take your left foot, point that toe out. And then from there, we're going to roll back and forth. What this does, just taking our feet out a little bit wider, kind of helps open up that quad just to make sure we're getting that entire area. So just being sure that we're getting everything. All right, let's go ahead and come out of that. Last area that we're going to be on, we're going to go to the calves. So a couple different ways we can do this one. You can either do both calves at a time where you're going to put your legs on top of the foam roller. I like to have the foam roller in about the middle of the calf so that when I start rolling back and forth, I can get that entire area. And so what you'll do is you'll lift up and then we're going to just kind of roll back and forth. Now, say this is a little too taxing on your upper body, you can always bend one leg in front of you and use that to help guide you up and down rather than putting so much pressure on your upper body. So go ahead and do what's best for you. This will be the last area that we'll be on. When we're here too, we want to make sure that you're kind of rotating the feet side to side just to make sure that you're getting the entire area. The calves can be a big area, so we want to make sure you're getting the side, to the right, the middle, and then also to the left. Nice and easy here. All right, everybody, come out of that nice and easy. Nice job today. Thanks for joining CubeFit Foam Roll and Recover. My name's Emily. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put them in the chat box or reach out to me directly. If not, we'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.